Hey, I'm Derek. It's March 5th, 2026. I'm going to show you how to use Google Takeout, which is a feature that Google offers that allows you to download your data from your Google account. And I have been using Google to store my photos and videos over many years, probably 15 years. And I take a lot of videos and photos. And so I have about 250,000 plus photos and videos. I think going back close to 20 years. And some of it I've uploaded manually, just dragged and dropped into Google Photos to so I could have everything in one place, a whole catalog of all of my photos from the last 20 plus years. And now I'm kind of thinking it's probably a good idea to have a local backup or at least a local copy of all of those photos. And you can see here, so Google Takeout is the service, and you get to it's a web-based service. So you go to takeout.google.com, log into your account, and it's not only for Google Photos, but it's also, allows you to export or, all your data from Chrome, bookmarks, calendar, all this other stuff. But I mainly want to use it. I mean, in my case, I'm going to show you how to use it to download your Google Photos. And so you just log in, and then you basically deselect. If you just want to, like me, you just want to get your photos and videos out, you just deselect all these check marks, and you scroll down till you get to Google Photos, and you just check that. And I think I just kept these as default. Let's see. Oh yeah, those are on my albums. And then I think you can't really change these formats. These are pretty much default. But the problem with Google Photos is that all of the metadata, the EXIF information, which is like the geographical coordinates of where you took the photos, and a lot of the other information about the lens that you took, the camera that you use, all that EXIF information, EXIF information, it actually, Google strips that out and stores it in a separate JSON file. It's a text file, basically. And so you need to use either a script. There are scripts out there that allow you to basically merge together the metadata back with the actual JPEG or MP4 file. But I'll get back to that later. But I just wanted to show you the main thing is to get your how to, like, the quickest way to download all your photos. I think I got a lot more data and photos than most people because I have you can see I'm paying extra to get more than the 5 gigs I think that is given to everybody with a Gmail account, Google account. So I'm actually paying for 2 terabytes, and I think it's about $100 a year, USD per year. And you can see here, I'm using 1.5 terabytes out of the 2 terabytes of storage. And I'm paying for that. Yeah. Anyways, the next tier up is 5 terabytes, and I don't want to pay that. But really, I just want to download a local copy of my photos and videos because I don't have that organized very well. Basically, after you set it up, you wait it could be like a day or it could be 2 days. In my case, I think it was 2 days later because I have so much data that it takes a while for Google to process all of that data and to it's basically going to create zip files. The options for the segment sizes are 1 gig, 2 gig, which is the default, 4 gig, 10 gig, and 50 gig. So, okay, so here it is. Available segment sizes 1, 2, 4, 10, and 50. So I'll probably, if I had to do it again, I would probably choose 50 gig because of the amount of data that I have. Now I have my bandwidth at home is 1 gig, so I have, the speed I have is pretty good and it's pretty reliable as well. But anyways, after a day or two, you'll receive in your email this from Google. You click on this link, and then you basically will come to this page, this one here. So in my case, after I logged in, it said there's a time limit. So it created the this download, all these download links on the 27th of February. It's now the 5th of March, and I have so March up to March 7th at 9:44 p.m. my time, I guess locally. And the total size is 2.4 terabytes, 2,436 gigabytes. It's huge. And look, there's 609 files for me to download. So I was going like, oh my God, what a mistake. I should have, I didn't think clearly, I guess, when I was setting this up. But so this is, I guess, good advice for you to just think about how much data you need to download and then make a good decision, a smart decision on what segment size you want to use for the download. So in my case, I chose 4 gigs, and so I have to download 609 files. And I was thinking, oh, that's crazy to do it manually. And I was trying to use down them all to figure out how to download them in like batch download, and just have it basically read all the links here, and then basically have it download all of them without having me to do so much manual intervention. But I found out that that's not possible. It doesn't really work because I think every 5 to 10 minutes, if you don't do anything, if you don't click on these links, then you'll be prompted to authenticate again in order to download the next file. So I've actually downloaded manually pretty much, let's see, let me show you. I've downloaded 525 files now. So you see here, I've actually set up another machine, another laptop to download some other ones, but I'm pretty much close to getting to the 604 files that I need to download. So I'm up to 525, but I wanted to show you the best way that I figured out, the most efficient way to download these. So let's go to where I stopped off at 525. So I want to go up to 526. So let's see, here we go. Sorry. Okay, so 526 there. Yeah, so I want to download this. So the first time, like I paused the, like I said, after 5 to 10 minutes, if you're downloading, and if you download too many, it's not good. If I keep on clicking and download like 50, I did that once, and then it basically stopped working. It said no internet connection, and then I had to manually click on each link again in the downloads history here, and then resume it. But in any case, so I figured out the best way. Let me show you. So you just click on the first one that you need to download next. So in my case, I'm up to 525, right? So I want to download 526. So right click, go to open a new tab, and then it's going to ask me to log in. So I'll log in. I'm using LastPass to enter in the password automatically. So then it opens up, and you want to set it up so that it won't prompt you every single time you download something. You just want to set it up so that it downloads to one particular location and automatically downloads. So if you go to like settings, let me just show you, and you type in download, then here. So you want to. I was trying to use down them all, so I set up this folder down them all, but I'm actually not using this. I'm not using down them all, but I've just set this up, and I'm going to change it later. But you just set up your download location, and then you turn off prompt you to where to save each file. So you turn that off, and then you set your download location. And so so now I'm going back to the first page. So this is the first page that I was using, right? I'm up to 526, right? So so it's just going to ask you to log in that one time. But then once you do that, and it's already started downloading, then you can just do maybe 10 to 20 more. So I'm going to do 527, right click, go to open new tab, 528, 529. I'm just right clicking and clicking open a new tab. You can see it's opening up here. So what did I do? 529. Okay, so I'm going to do let me just double check. 530. So I did that 530. It'll refresh like sometimes there's a delay from the time you right click and then choose download. It has to load up. So just give it some time. So I'm up to double checking. It's up to 5:30 now. So let me do 5:31. Right click, open a new tab. See, it's opening there. 5:32, 5:33, 5:34, 5:35, 5:36, 5:37, 5:38, 5:39, 5:40. So let's do maybe 5 more. Probably do 5 more. 5:41, 5:42, 5:43, 5:44, and then 5:45. So it's opening up all these new download links in new tabs, but you see it's actually queuing them up in the download history window here, and you can actually see, I think I had the download history here, window here, here. So it's downloading all here. There's options like if it stops, then you can click here to pause, cancel, or resume. That'll change. So let me go back to the first one. I think it's this one. No, not this one. See this one? Yeah, this one. Okay, this one. This is the one because I know it didn't go back to 1 again. You see 1. Then if you have to scroll all the way down, right? So all the ones that you open up the new tabs will go back to 1, but you can just close them up, right? It's already queued them up in your download window, so you can actually just close these up. And I hit, I'm on a Windows machine, so I hit Control W. But if I'm on a Mac, I would hit Command W. So let me just hit Control W, and just keep on hitting that until I get to the very first one that I started with, which should, it shouldn't be part 1. It should be part wherever I left off, 5 something, right? So I'm just clicking back to get to the first one. See, this is, okay, that was takeout. That was a takeout window. So this is the one, it says part 1. So that's not the one. Let me close that. This is the one I started off with, right? Not that, definitely not this one. So go back. So you just want to keep this one page window open where you left off. And then I'll just, in my case, it's downloading pretty quickly. You can see I'm getting, see, this is a 1 gig graph. So, and this is the resource manager. I'm downloading at 700, let's say 700 megabits per second. So that's pretty quick, right? This is under Chrome, and it shows you all the servers it's connecting to download on, and mainly, I guess, this one here. Oh, you can't really tell because this is my local machine. So you can see it's pretty steady. It's good. It's consistent. It's very, very fast here. But so I probably would wait another 5 to 10 minutes, and I've queued up a bunch of them now. So you can see it's pretty quick. If I wait another 5 minutes, and then I'll again, I'll start from the last one where I left off. Since I have so many, I mean, hopefully you're smarter and you'll get the segment sizing correct according to how much data you actually need to download. But so I'm almost there at 5:45, and I have to do up to 6:04, right? 6:04, right? Let me see. Yeah, I think it's here. No, not here. This is the setup. This is the setup. This is where when you want to tell Google, okay, I want to do a takeout and, prepare those zip files for me. This is where you do it from here. Takeout.google.com. So I don't need that anymore. After you set that up, you have to wait for Google to prepare your data. It'll send you an email after 1 to 2 days. And again, it is reviewing it again. It should look like this. It should look like this. It's going to come from Google Takeout. I was just showing you how much data I have, 1.5, but actually it ended up being 2.4, I think, because it's probably doing any kind of photo albums I've created. It's probably just duplicating those, and those photos that I have in all the photo albums, it's duplicating them, I think. So after I download these, I'm gonna have to use another program to combine and merge the JSON the metadata with the actual files. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was, so these are all the 4 gig zip files that I'm downloading. I'm not finished yet, but I wanted to show you what these zip files contain. Okay, so I've just copied out one of these, the 231, and it took a while because it's 4 gigs. And I'm also doing a lot of things in the background. But anyways, I unzipped it, and then I want to show you what's inside. So there's a takeout folder within the zip. And within that, there's another folder called Google Photos. And then I don't know, these are random. I guess these must be albums that I created. So let me show you. Some of them really are just single. It's very strange. It's just a single file or two. There's a couple of JPEGs here. But let me show you. Let me see this one I found. There's a JPEGs, and there's also, you can see there's some MP4s. And then for each file, basically there's a JSON file, which would contain the metadata, the EXIF information. And so we need a tool to basically merge that together, to merge the information, the EXIF information, the metadata into each of these files, associated files. There's one for each actual file. There's JSON file for each one. So that is what I wanted to show you. And let me get back to explaining about the download process and a tool that you can use that I found. There's some free ones, open source scripts that you can run, but there's also, if you're not too tech savvy, there's a utility that costs 39 USD, and it looks good. Let me just show that to you. Hold on. Okay, so that commercial product is called Metadata Fixer, and the site address is metadatafixer.com. That's the link, and it explains. So it's, yeah, okay. No, let me go to the top of the page. Sorry, that was at the very bottom. It looks like this, and it kind of explains to you, basically use Google Takeout, and everything's out of order, like I just showed you in the folder that I downloaded and unzipped. One of the archives. So it fixes the timestamp, title, description, GPS coordinates, file type, specific text, time zone, and any duplicates. Anyways, this is the commercial program. I haven't purchased it yet, but I'm kind of thinking I might, I haven't used it, so I can't vouch that it works well, but they have another product that I was trying to use, which allows you to download all of your photos without using Google Takeout, and it's called Snapback. This one here, it's new, and it's basically it comes in the form of a Chrome extension, and you can click here, and that's just /Snapback to get information about that. So it downloads all your Google Photos without the Google Takeout service, right? And it explains why it's better. It includes all the shared albums, original quality, pause and resume, metadata. It's still so basically it doesn't do the merging of the metadata, right? Because they obviously want to sell their product, which is the Metadata Fixer product, but it looks really good because it allows you to download everything without the hassle of those in my case 600 zip files to download. But so I actually started using it, and it looks pretty impressive, and it looks like this. It has a really nice interface, but let me show you my experience of what happened. Just a second. Okay, so basically it's a Chrome extension, like I mentioned, and if you can see, I have it loaded here. This is in Chrome browser, and it's this one here, Snapback, right? And I've added it to this bar here. So if you click that, and it'll have this frame, that automatically shows up on the right-hand side, and I kind of, you can adjust it right here, but I'm just expanding it just to show you that the interface that it has. And let me resize this to show you what the full interface is like. Just a second. Hopefully I can resize this. Just a second. Oh, shoot, I can't. But, oh, well, I can't. Here it is. Okay. So it worked when I first installed it. It was working brilliantly. You can see here that it actually found, you know, like 200 and something thousand files that I need to download, 253, 892 files. But then after a while, it stalled. I let it run overnight, and then it got stuck. And then the session basically got stale, and it stalled. And then so I was like, oh, how am I going to restart it? So I clicked pause, I think, and then tried to restart it. But then I found out what happens is it at the bottom, it will say failed. And so I actually tried to create another backup job, which I shouldn't have, because I didn't realize that there was this previous backup section at the bottom, which I didn't see initially. So this is I tried to do it again, and it started downloading 1,000. Then I realized, oh, it's actually keeping the initial backup that I started. It's still there. It actually was smart enough to even though the session went stale, it kept information about it. But then when I redid it, it basically popped up another window that said that, oh, you can continue from where you left off. And then and then it asks for me to choose the folder again, the same folder. So I chose the same folder, and then it continues again. But then I found out that I think Google started to throttle my connection after like the first 24 hours. So I downloaded, I think, like 200 to 300, maybe 250 gigs of data. And you could see this number, the number downloading, it kept on increasing like every few seconds. But now you can see it's pretty much stalled, and it's basically throttled big time. And initially it was going really, really fast because I have pretty decent bandwidth, one gig bandwidth at home. And then I started to see these failures as well. So I've kept this running for probably close to 2 full days now, and it's really not downloading much. I think it still is downloading, but it's super, super slow, you can see. So that's when I decided I better probably switch back. I think the author is pretty responsive. So I think since this is a new product of his or hers, they're probably updating it. And I think you can click here, and you can download a debug snapshot. And in there, it has information about, I think it's trying to do like 10 simultaneous downloads. And I think probably Google is limiting that. I don't know if there's any adjustments that the developer can make to have Google not throttle after a certain amount. I mean, I guess if your library is not, if your Google Photos data is not as big as mine, maybe if you only have 80 gigs or 100 gigs, then this might work well. And what's really nice is it actually stores all of the data, organizes it by year, and then within each year, let me just show you, hold on. Okay, so I was downloading using that Snapback Chrome extension, all my Google Photos. And you can see it created all these folders based on the years. So I definitely don't have a photo that's from 1980 or, yeah, but it's probably the metadata is wrong. But you can see I have data from going back all the way to 2000. Not too much data, I think, but let me see. Yeah, so how it does it is, so for every year, it'll create the year, and then it'll create folders for each month. So yeah, you can see what it's done there. So if Google wasn't throttling this would work perfectly. I mean, I would be so happy just to use this rather than to download using that that other method that I'm I showed you earlier, because it keeps the original file, the JPEG, and associated JSON file together. Whereas the other way, with the Google Takeout, it's all messy. It's like stored in different folders. So I don't even know after I download the 604 zip files how I'm gonna actually use the Metadata Fixer program to. But I guess it should work, right? It's a commercial program that should work. But I just wanted to show you that that's Snapback, so it might work for you, and maybe it's going to be improved so that you don't run into that throttling throttling problem that I've run into with using Snapback. But it looks like an awesome program, and just based on my experience with Snapback, that what it was able to do, which is quite impressive, right? That I might pay for it. The $39 to do the merging of the metadata with the actual files. It's a one-off purchase, I guess. But yeah, anyways, I wanted to show you that. Let me get back to the downloading using the method that I was showing you. Let me just show you how it works again. Yeah, hold on a second. Okay, so continuing on. As I was talking, I guess this is approaching 28 minutes now, it's downloaded 545 files. So I don't know exactly when it finished, but probably 5 to 10 minutes ago. So let me show you how I continue with this. Yeah, so I'm gonna go again from 545 from the last one that I downloaded. So I'm gonna go 546, right? So again, I right click, go to open a new tab. It's gonna open up there. And it doesn't download immediately because it's again going to ask me to authenticate. So I just authenticate again. I just have to do that one time. And then once I do that, you can see it starts downloading here. So 546. Then I can just go back here and then continue on and queue up maybe 15 to 20 more. 547, 548, 549, 550, 551. Just like this. So this I found to be probably the most efficient way to do it, to download all these zip files from Google Takeout. And I found that the download speed is not throttled at all, and it's getting pretty amazing speeds. Some download, I think, up to 560. Am I right? Yeah, 560 is the last one. But let me show you. Yeah, see what I'm getting now. Getting 587, 570, 665, 705. So I'm getting pretty decent download speeds. I'm on an Ethernet connection, 1 gig Ethernet connection. So this is a desktop PC that I'm using. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to show you, was just to share my experience using Google Takeout. And then I really wanted to show you the most efficient way that I found to download, if you have a lot of files to download from Google Takeout, the most efficient way to do so using Chrome, and just not using any special extension or anything, just using this one method, because of the way that these links are stored. So I tried to see if there's any way I could extract out the URLs from here, but I think the fact that it asks you to authenticate after 5-10 minutes of downloading without any activity, this is the best way. You kind of have to do it manually. So I'm almost done after a couple of days. But remember, I have 200. I guess it's 2.4 gigs worth of data, right? So this is a lot. Again, to go back, I'll just go back to the last one, and then just again hit Control W till I get back to the first one, to the one that is in the 500s, right? There, this one. So I just have a few more. I should be done by tonight to do it. Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that yeah, in my case, this is sorry to be so long-winded, but this is, yeah, 2.4 terabytes and 609 files. And I have a couple more days. Today's the 5th of March, and I have until March 7th, so I should be done by tonight, hopefully. But I hope this is helpful, and thanks for watching.